you know, it's taken me many, many years to unlearn my racism. I grew up in a racist church.
Yeah.
I'm still working on unlearning my racism. So I can see women of color in the lesbian movement who might have thought I was the enemy because I didn't understand my racism at the time. But if we're patient and we keep teaching, then we will bring these people around. And if we don't, it's my feeling that they are their own sufferers, that they bring upon themselves their own grievance. And so I sometimes think maybe I'm too passive about people who are our enemies, but I really believe that they are good at heart.
Well, I remember you saying when I was working for you that when people would want you to debate, you know, people on that. I remember you saying something to the effect that you said it on the phone to somebody, that is, I'm really tired of having to go out and defend myself to these people and answer their questions. If they have to interrogate me, you said I, as a lesbian, would like to be able to interrogate them.
Yes. Well, you know me. I'm a trial lawyer.
Right.
I'd like to cross-examine them under the buzzsaw.
Right. But, you know, I will not do debates with fundamentalist religious people. You know, I proclaim my faith, but I don't have to defend it. You know, I know that I, as a transsexual, am right with God, you know. And
on the other hand, I'll bet if there were a law being debated about making you illegal,
oh, yes,
you'd be out there debating with every ounce of your volume.
Well, there are people out there now fighting for trans rights, too, transsexual rights, to include transsexuals in hate crimes laws and all. And the thing about, we were talking about that in the car, about identification for trans people.
Yeah.
Being able to, you know, why does the ID have to say M or F? Why can't it say trans on all that? So there are people that are fighting for that too. We're still in the struggle, but we're making progress.
And you know, my idea about debate has a bad connotation. I think really what debate is, when it's successful, is discussion, is clarifying what your views are and trying to find out from the other person what they base their views on, and then trying to reasonably argue those positions. And it's not good debate. It's not hostile, vitriolic, name-calling, demeaning. It's a
sharing
between reasonable people
with the agreement and understanding that it is okay to agree to disagree.
That's exactly right. Yes, I agree with that. I agree with
there are, you know, me being from a Pentecostal background, there are some Pentecostal evangelical preachers and Bible teachers. I love to hear them, even though I don't agree with them on the sexuality issues. You know, and they say that God disapproves of homosexuality. We disagree on that. But I can still enjoy the things they say I do like and agree to disagree. But there's a lot of people that's hard for them to do because they think their way is right and everything else is wrong, you know. The error in fundamentalism isn't what they teach, it's when they teach this is the only way. You know, I believe that there's truth in all religious teachings myself, even though the churches I come out of, that's another thing, you know. I never agreed with the churches over the years on the sexuality issues, nor that the only reason for sex is procreation, and I also disagreed with them that Christianity is the only true way. You know, one thing where, in wrapping this up, unless there's something else you want to bring up.
I want to just tell you one thing, which is, as you know, I would say I'm somewhere between being agnostic and being an atheist.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but
even though you were growing up Mormon, now you consider yourself agnostic.
Well, yes, either agnostic because I don't know, or atheist because in my more self-righteous moments I do know there is nothing out there. But one of my favorite books is Thomas Jefferson's Bible. Have you ever seen that? Thomas Jefferson went through the Bible and he took out only what Jesus said. Nothing else, just
Jesus his words
said. Yeah. And it is very profound to read it. Jesus didn't say, you know, there is only one religion, the Mormons, only one religion, the Baptists, only one religion, the Muslims. Jesus didn't say anything about there is only one way to get into heaven. Those were interpretations of the things he actually did say. And I'm not a Bible expert, so you are, but Jefferson took the things that Jesus said and just put them in the Bible and let us read them. And truly, I think he was a great teacher, Jesus. One of the greatest teachers alive ever in the world. And I love that there is nothing else there except those teachings.
With the big scripture that the evangelicals use to say that there is, Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by me. But that is kind of
biased teaching.
It's very biased, you know. And I don't believe that when you take other things that Jesus said, I don't believe that. I just don't. I do not believe that Christianity is the only true religion. Of course, the other argument they use is that Jesus rose from the dead, whereas the leaders of other world religions didn't, you know. And that is, to me, what makes Christianity real is the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ. And I believe that. But, you know, I really believe that someday when we stand before God, God isn't going to see all that stuff that's so important to us, but God looks on the heart. And I really believe that a lot of the things that other religions teach are the same God and the same thing, they're just different semantics. And although the churches I come out of would disagree with me on that, but one thing...
But you agree to disagree.
Right.